Yep.
Beautiful. I've got a peppermint tea. We're ready to rock and roll. I'm just going to hit record on OBS and then we'll go. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our latest Spaces. It is Wednesday, the 19th of January. I'm here, as always, with Carlini. My name is Peter, also known as Papa, long-form Papa Tango, which we never really go by anymore. But hey, just going to go through a few things, catch you up on some bits and pieces that's been going on at the country club, probably talk a few bits and pieces that's going on in the space at large, and get on to some questions and answers down the line as well. Carlini, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. I'm good. Just getting on with it. How are you?
Lovely stuff. Yeah, doing good, man. I'm all set. I've got my little command center going. First few spaces, I felt a little bit kind of learning a little bit of new tech, and as soon as I learn how to use OBS properly, Twitter then lets me record it live. So, but hey, never mind. First thing I wanted to cover, just because I think we covered it yesterday, company meeting. I've seen Dangy here, so I'm just going to invite him to co-host as well. Those 3D models that we've got, just if you can give everyone listening a bit of an update on where we are with those, of what we can share from yesterday, I suppose.
So the free bodies have been mocked up. The ability to have all your cat heads turned into 3D physical models is all built in, and we're sort of on the stage now where we're discussing packaging and things like that. We're actually past packaging now. I'm talking about the unboxing experience and how we want everyone who claims these to share on socials and all of that sort of thing. So we are very much at the final stages. We will be hopefully opening up the claim soonish. We've had our 10 for the team made, and we're having them shipped out to us shortly because we just finalised the packaging yesterday. So that's going to be made up and sent out to all of us, and all 10 of us are going to, experience it and maybe have some ideas on what we could change, or if not, if we're all happy, we'll be ready to go on the claiming and see if people are redeeming. If not many people redeem, maybe we'll claim some more ourselves. There is one model that 8 people of the team wanted instead of the other 2. It was the overwhelming favourite, and we've had to split it up a bit so that we can get them all out.
Yeah, I feel that one will be popular with everybody else as well. Is there limits? Obviously, we're deciding, for quality assurance. Is there limits on the bodies that people can order?
Every single will be the same one. Yeah. I mean, it'll be a shame, but it's possible. They're not printed currently. They're sort of like on demand printed. So yeah,
they'll be done to order.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, those are super, super cool. I think we'll have quite a lot of redemptions. I feel because it's 5 model cat NFTs. I think because of how good they look, the unboxing experience that you mentioned as well. I think, I know. I mean, we should be, because it's our team, it's our project. But I think from yesterday, everyone was super hyped to get theirs. So hopefully, that'll be the feeling once everyone else starts getting them in their hands as well, which is really cool. I mentioned it, the TikTok that I just dropped, I mentioned it on there, which you can go follow us, obviously. But we've just hit, or I think we've just gone over 300 ENS subdomains at .pcc.eth. Got a shout out from Brantley yesterday as well on Twitter, which was really cool to see, of kind of getting that recognition for what we were doing. I know Hoddle was super happy with that, and so just kind of where we are with that. I don't know if you have anything more to say on subdomains. I know we've kind of talked about it a lot, but I thought that was a pretty cool milestone to reach yesterday.
Yeah, the leaderboard is really cool. To be able to see all the other .pcc.eths on Twitter, really, so you can go and follow them easily. Having something like that built onto our site would be amazing. We've seen Kongs are releasing an ENS subdomain, and had a chat with them about how they're doing theirs, and actually convinced them to make a little change, because we'd obviously really dug deep into the different methods the different ways you could implement these, and there are pros and cons for everything. And in the past spaces, I've gone into quite a lot of detail of the toss-ups that you have to think about. And while they're not copying us exactly, they are now attaching the subdomain to an NFT, which I think is really key in the NFT space. I really think an ENS subdomain needs to be attached to a collection for it to, I don't want to say be valid, because an ENS subdomain doesn't need that to be valid. It is what it is. But for it to really matter in the NFT space, I think it needs to be linked to an NFT, because then by having it, you're already proving something. Something has been proved. You own this collection, you own that collection, whatever. If you don't, it's just a more usable, hi, my username is punk7621. Sorry if that's you for just randomly saying that number. Do you want to bring, I think I can see a couple more of the team.
Yeah. Who do you want up? Dangy, how you doing, man?
Not sure. You picked a perfect time as the trash truck is coming by my house. It was supposed to show up 2 days ago, and it showed up today. Thanks to the weather. So yeah, thanks for having me on. I'm excited about the models because I quit my full-time job to do NFT stuff and to just do random things on the internet, and my wife thinks it's all BS. And so, for me to get a 3D physical model shipped from who knows where, from these people that I work with across the pond, it's going to be a good experience to prove to her this is real. What I'm doing is real. So yeah,
it's all been leading to this.
Correct. Yeah, without it, my marriage is in shambles. Please save me.
I don't think a 3D printed model is going to save your marriage.
It's true. It's actually my wife's birthday, and she's picking up the kids and on her own birthday and all that stuff, so I can hang out with you guys. So yeah, maybe we're in trouble. So let's hope for the bottle.
I think we need a disclaimer on the packaging now. 3D model will not save marriage.
But think about what if it does.
That's very true.
I'll report back shortly after it arrives on that. So I'm happy to join the spaces. This is fun. I think people just treat Carlini with too much reverence, and I'm happy to just throw feces around at him during the spaces, because as an NFT OG, I know he can handle it. So I'm excited to bring that vibe to this general chat.
I think it's the energy we've been missing. I don't have it in me. So I think, yeah, this is why, we need to bring more people into the space. I like it. I think the other thing I wanted to move on to, where did we get to? We covered ENS subdomains. Dangy, I don't know if you had anything to say on ENS subdomains. I know you covered the models there. Hopefully they save your marriage. Fingers crossed for you. But I don't know if you kind of your experience with that, if there's anything that you want to add.
I like the ENS subdomain in general because I'm a nerd as well. I like the ENS idea first, just because it's much easier than sending to 0x whatever. And the subdomain, it's a flex. I know Carlini talks a lot of flexing and flexing in the metaverse and flexing on the internet. And now when I say, hey, you can interact with me here, and this is my digital identity, I'm flexing that I'm part of the purse. And so I think it is going to catch on. A lot of people tail Kongs. That's a thing in an alpha Discord that I'm in, is, oh, Kongs are in? Oh, good. Kongs have approved this. And so in this case, it seems like the Purs are in and the Kongs are following. So that's always good. Fun to be a part of that team that is leading the charge.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think that was the general feeling when we started talking about it, and obviously leading up to launch and then launching it. It's just like, okay, fine, we're starting this. This will be everywhere, and I think with a project with the blue chippiness of Cyberkong's kind of getting in on that, I think that's kind of proof that we were kind of onto something. So that's very exciting. Just to cover, because we cover it every week, just to cover when token. Carlini, when token?
Not yet.
Cool. And the other thing.
Hold on. I want to push Carlini a little bit. I know he said token. That's because apparently the name of the original name of the token was used before token was released.
It was going to be
Is there
catnip, and Lucky Mineki stole it. Or not stole it. I mean, catnip and cats make sense. So
yeah, they got there first. But are you willing to drop any sort of hints about the working title of token or the future title of token, or is it just going to be token for today? Are we still keeping that under wraps?
There's like, there isn't a select one. There's like 5 options, and it's not really confirmed the actual name yet. Might even put it to a community vote, see what ones they prefer.
That would be fun.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Is this the trash talking you're bringing? Because it's
it's not all trash talk that I'm going to do. I mean, unbelievable. I can't really do much with. No, I'm not going to give you any clues, but there's going to be 5. So fine. At us on Twitter with what you think the token name should be. Let us know what you want it to be, and then maybe I'll do a different one where it's wrong answers only. Risky. So let's see what that could bring. How about that, Carlini?
What if everyone says token to wrong answers only?
I personally think that's very funny and meta to call it token, but I don't know that fits the PERS vibe in general. It'd be
where we have to be token.
It's been a long time. It's been called token for quite a long time now that I am concerned that the name has stuck.
I mean, it's got to be taken right. There's no way we can use it.
Hold on, I'll go to deck screener. Let's see. Well, and I know we're doing this all above board and legally, and that's one thing that's a distinction from other tokens. Has $ token appeared on any legal documents that you've signed or sent for approval?
Hang on.
Just imagine him putting out one of those comically large filing cabinets.
No, this is actually on my desk. I've got the sort of incorporation of the company documents right next to me, because there are 2 companies. One is for the Kiddie Vault, and one is for Token. And what one am I looking at here? That one is Kiddie Vault. Yes, Token is on.
Well, there we go. It's confirmed.
It's the company ends Token Limited.
There you go. Alpha leaked. There it is.
Confirmed. Name of token confirmed. Speaking of which, because this kind of jams into it. More stuff on NFTX. I actually had a question on this. I'm going a little bit more freeform because the questions are kind of informing that. We had this from edge.pcc.eth, great name. Also from, I had another one, which I think was kind of explaining it in more general terms. But with will single-sided staking, I can't say that, remove your chances of getting that specific cat back when unstaking? And also from BDS528, name could be better, my friend. Is there what is single-sided staking for dummies?
So
maybe start there.
Staking is just imagine a Uniswap pool where you're putting in, 10 ETH against 10 looks, or whatever it is you're after. What this single side does is you just put in, if you have looks, you just put in looks. Or if you just have ETH, you just put in ETH. So it's a single side that you're staking. And it's supposed to provide liquidity in a similar way. And I'll be honest, I do not understand how it works. It's why I'm working on Penelope's and not a dev in NFTX. They're the ones who think they've solved it. I don't know if they've figured it out or if they've taken it from, some sort of Uniswap or Sushi or something like that. And I wouldn't be able to explain how it works, but I know that you can provide liquidity by just backing one side. So will you lose your cat? Yes, because you have to stake, you have to stake a per token. And a per token is you saying, here, have this cat. I'll take a token that allows me to get a per at some point, but it will be anyone in the pool. And again, this isn't staking for our future PCC yielding token, also known as token. This is the NFTX pool, which just helps provide liquidity effectively to the floor. And that token used there is called per. And now we're seeing why calling a token when you have other tokens is dumb.
You end up saying the word token quite a lot.
I have said it quite a bit, yes.
I also feel that, $ per makes so much sense when it's written down. Like when I see it in the server or when people chat about NFTX or I see it on FTX. But then when you're speaking about how many pers per you get, it then gets very complicated very quickly. But hey.
There's one per, but then you stake your per because you only have per in per liquidity pool. And that would be your single side. You're just staking the per side.
There we go. Hopefully Edge and was it? It wasn't BDSM. I can't say that either. BDS 528.
I mean, you did just say it.
I did just say it. It's fine. It's not recorded. It's great. Hopefully that answers some questions on single-sided staking. I would imagine Javery actually put an amazing article together of how to use our NFTX pool, which now shows up in our server when you do !pool from their NFTX Academy kind of section. So hopefully explains a lot more of how to use it, and when they launch that single-sided staking, which I'll learn how to say properly, I'm sure they'll update that on there. So thank you very much, Javery, for doing that awesome stuff for us there. Let's move on. I've got a couple of other questions. Just a more general one, which was quite fun, from ashida.pcc.eth. Great name. Dangy, I'll start with you. Favorite PCC trait? Cats or kittens? I'm open to both.
Oh man, see that's hard because I want to look at my own collection, but I think it's got to be an Astro. I like the Astro helmet a lot. It's just cute, and it also connotes the moon. So NFT parlance, we like to go to the moon, and it's just a little different and sticks out, and it wraps around the head, obviously, and so it fits good in the PFP circle that we often see on Discord and Twitter. So it just is pleasing on the eye for the astronaut. So yeah, let's go there. Astro helmet.
Popular choice for sure. I can see a couple in the spaces, and yeah, they do fit real nice, real nice. Carlini, I think I know yours, but what do you reckon?
What do you reckon it is?
I believe it is the VR goggles.
It's either that or the aviators. Both of which I don't have on my profile picture.
It's got a little tie because you're a businessman.
Yeah, this is my business cat.
I thought it'd be the button eyes because you were big in the button eyes too early on.
The button eyes. People were memeing that I was big in the button eyes. That was the issue.
Like your memes never backfire either, right?
Well, I got a new job, and we were taken over by someone new.
Yeah, that went well.
I didn't actually get a single DM about that. No one.
I think it was fairly.
The whole stop DMing me or celebrate I've quit. So I was telling everyone I was memeing by memeing, which is always good.
So meta these days. Lovely. My favorite trait is obviously it's either the Zeus breed or the monocle. Just because that's what I look like. Actually, who else do I actually have?
The monocle feels very British. As an American, it feels extremely British.
Which is weird because I've literally never seen anyone in this country wearing a monocle. But I feel like you said that, and I'm like, yeah, I agree, it does. But I have no frame of reference for that. I do actually have another cat that also has a monocle, but I also like the little bows. Not a bow tie, but like the little bow in the hair, if they had hair.
Is that one a real cat?
Yes. Papa is technically not real.
Or Papa?
It tears me up inside.
That's the other issue. The other issue with these are like calling them cats, because I remember I was talking to a normie, and I was in the project CMY Cats, and part of the project there was burning cats, and so just saying burning cats to him just made him lose his mind. He thought it was hilarious because that's what I was doing, was I was burning the token. But you want to be careful what you're saying, because in one of my videos I said you want to liquefy purrs because you're putting a purr into the liquidity pool. But also it's a little grotesque. But that's what I like to do. Be a little grotesque sometimes when you're talking about purrs. So naming is hard. Naming stuff is hard. So I wonder what we're going to go with. I'm very excited to see that.
Me too. But yes, I do have some real cats as well as my fake little Papa. But he means so much to me.
The model people have him down as cat 10,001.
Amazing. I'm very happy that I'm cat 10,001 and Jamie. That means he's 10,002. So that makes me happy.
I don't actually know that.
Well, it's on here now. It's recorded, so that's public record. Which also means me saying BDSM is public record, but never mind. Let's move on. I have a great question here from jt.pcc.eth. Great name. Since your Carlini, your generous move to get us to rewards earning collection on Looks Rare, has the Kitty Vault then earned fees on the 33 hundo plus ETH washing volume that has been done on the project? And if so, any preliminary thoughts on what it may be used on?
No, the fees are still off, so we don't have anything coming in there. And the problem would be, that volume only exists because it's off. So it's not like we've lost out on anything or anything like that. It was more to encourage people to move over, just because community, maybe more of a community run project. I did see OpenSea, the founder, has stepped down as CTO to be more in a more public position. So maybe Looks Rare has already had some sort of impact on what's going on and has convinced some kind of change at OpenSea. Maybe that sort of thing needs much longer to happen. I'm not saying it's just that, but yeah, no fees.
But yeah, like you said, that was kind of the point.
One question about Looks, and I do hold the token. After last Spaces, I know I said I didn't have any, and then I think it was the next day I looked into the tokenomics a bit more and bought myself a bag. I think I tweeted it somewhere that I was going in. Still currently holding. I've got my target price, and that generally moves as time goes on.
Yeah, it's had a pretty good day. I've seen.
Yeah.
Well, Carlini, how do you have a target price that moves as the day moves? So I'm sure there's some people listening who aren't as adept at trading coins as maybe you are. I don't even know if you consider yourself a trader, whatever. But just to say you have a target price and then it moves day by day, like how do you manage that?
Well, it's something I want. I want to buy something, and that something changes in price. With looks, I'm staking it, so I get Ethereum and more looks. So the longer time goes on, sort of the more looks I have. So the price I need to hit is lower. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
And what I want to buy is a different token, and that pretty much just is going down at the moment. So it's much easier I want to buy a certain amount of that token, and that's just getting easier and easier at the moment.
Catching a falling knife, is that the current strategy? The financial advice you're giving people?
Catching a falling knife that you then have to give to other people.
Is this the part where I have to say that nothing on here is financial advice? Do I have to say that?
I don't think we have to, because I haven't said what it is.
I've got another question from Edge that has come through, actually, which I like. So, any update on the plans for all the homeless kittens that are left? So, from our companion, initially airdrop of the basket, which gave you a free mint plus gas, of our first companion of 2 confirmed ones, which was the kittens. We minted, or the community minted, I think, just over 6,000 or just under 6,000, which means there is either just over or just under 4,000 left, currently homeless. And do we have an update on those plans?
Not to release publicly yet, no.
Cool. Do you want to push them on that, Dangy, at all? You okay?
No. Not that one. Not that one. When Carlini's that short, I'll choose not to push.
It's not given a lot to grab onto there. Yeah, we definitely do have plans. We will have plans. They will be released. The terms of which have yet to be decided. But yeah, all those 4,000 kittens will see the light of day. Another question based on some of your daily Twitter interactions. I have a question from Tickle Snap asking, when is NateAlex coming on our Twitter Spaces? The people want live shit posting of the two of you.
It's hard enough to even get him to go to his own Twitter space, so he won't be turning up anytime soon, I can tell you that.
When did this start? Did this start? This all purely started recently from when you turned tweet notifications on for him, right?
I guess so, yeah. Just, I get an alert. He pops up on my phone whenever he tweets, and I'm like, right, here we go.
Let's get him.
Time for another one.
Fantastic. Lovely. And the other thing that I wanted to cover, this is actually a tweet from NateAlex that I saw that I just found quite interesting. I think just before we came on, just from your passionate explainer of why you don't like whitelists in the past on these things. So NateAlex actually tweeted earlier, which I'm sure you got a notification for. How much would it change the landscape if whitelist NFTs had to vest before being sold? Thinky face.
Well, what does he really mean by that? Because I know Alley Cat will be fuming at definitely the incorrect use of the word vest. He's popped off in Discord before, like, people are using vest wrong. It doesn't mean locked up for a bit. Did he mean if people had to go along the lines of, say, punks and only take their own stuff, or?
I would imagine it's some sort of probably misuse of having it locked. So you gain the whitelist from however you gain the whitelist, then you mint the NFT, but then you have to hold it for X amount of time.
You had to hold it.
Me? Yeah, I'll hold them all.
The minter, the minter has to keep it. Is that what you're saying?
I assume so. I don't know.
In that sentence, there are so many different mechanics that could be applied that would do it all so differently that I don't think I can really answer that, because it really does depend on how you plan to do it.
There's also a large chance that this was more shitposting and I've bought into it.
No, it's a valid concern. As I spend a good amount of my time looking at NFTs and speculating on NFTs, and there was one today, the full send meta card from the Nelk Boys. I'm way too old to know what that means, but part of the drama was they allowed some, they called them friends and family, to mint early, and then one of those friends and families just dumped on the floor before the public mint. So maybe that's an angle that we could discuss about a pre-mint to folks, which a lot of projects do, and then what about a vesting there, similar to what looks rare or what other projects are doing when folks get in at a cheaper price. So if we kind of think it through the whole life cycle of a mint, if it's a hyped mint, then there will likely be a gas war. So therefore, your initial cost will be higher. Therefore, the folks who can mint at their leisure have a lower cost. So it's somewhat analogous to getting a token at a cheaper price. So I'm still churning on that idea of preventing folks from selling a token after a certain number of minutes, hours, days, if they were able to mint in the first 500 or whatever. Because then those folks who minted early, you are forced to believe in the project, or more cynically, you're forced to pamp the project on Twitter to keep the price up so then you can still make money. So I don't know. I kind of like that as an idea that I want to chew on.
It's kind of what whitelisting is at the moment anyway, right? Like that hypes the project because you have to interact here, there, and everywhere in order to get the whitelist. So then you kind of, the project is then seen everywhere, and then you kind of get that kind of scenario as well.
The project you mentioned there, Dangy, it had, well, one of these friends and family was Sam Pepper. He was involved in the, I don't know if you remember, the Save the Kids token with the FaZe clan, where loads of different things were happening. He was basically a notorious scammer, according to the videos we watched.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't I wasn't planning to name names or like outright call people certain things, but yeah, yes, that's been my general sense of
You
Sam Pepper as well.
The hard guy who's scared of stuff. Okay, I get it.
I'm just not scared of you. That's the only difference, I think.
You're scared of the scammer.
Yes, correct. I am scared of Sam Pepper. Put that on the record. I'm scared of Sam Pepper. I don't know. I have no idea. But you do have a general disdain for whitelist, because here's how my brain works on the whitelist meta that we've been in. That I wrap myself in a pretzel. Do you have pretzels over in England?
We're aware of pretzels.
Is there a word for pretzels that I don't know? Please let there be.
They're just called pretzels.
Pretzel.
Yeah.
Okay. So I wrap myself in a pretzel thinking about this, because the whitelist, it seems to artificially inflate the demand for a given NFT. But then I think about what gives demand for an NFT, and then I think everything's artificial, so then nothing matters, and then I get nihilistic about NFTs in general. So I don't know what the best deployment method for NFTs would be, but I know a bunch of bad ones, and I know the flaws in those. So this is one of those for sure. If you pre-mint to friends and family and they dump at the floor, it's just a bad look for everybody all around. I do think restricting the ability to sell certain NFTs, if it's mentioned from the front end as the start, might be a good temporary solution for that particular problem.
I think especially, like you said, if you get in early, so you get it at a lower mint price, or as we said, with getting the token at a lower cost before it's kind of available to everyone else, then maybe you should have a little bit more responsibility for kind of keeping a hold of that for a little bit longer. But I'm sure it'll move on to something else. None of this whole space since I've been involved feels like anything's kind of had a chance to be kind of all the way thought through or whatever else. I'm sure there'll be another model that will get brought in that everyone like, this is the way that we do it. And then obviously there'll be a bunch of copycats after that. But yeah, it's certainly interesting. The other thing that I'd forgotten about, but I had written down, was the announcement we made the other day that we are wanting to get our promotional material, our educational material, and loads of other stuff that we're doing. I don't know whether this would ever happen, but getting it all translated into other languages, making our stuff more accessible to people around the world. Just where we are on that and the reasoning behind that of what we want to be doing.
Well, it's just tapping into the bigger markets, allowing more people to see our products, interact with our products, see the community, interact with the community. Like 10,000 is, I know we've seen a lot of, it's not very big, but it is a lot of people to be in the same friendship group, I guess. The same people in the same NFT. That is a lot. Whereas when you start adding different languages and maybe you have smaller sub communities within your own community, it's just something that could add to the overall product when you start diversifying and different ideas come in, and you can just see sort of ideas adapt in front of you, I guess. So we'd be looking to get different languages in, the big ones, Spanish, whichever Chinese language is most commonly used in NFTs, I'd imagine Mandarin. And I've been trying to reach out to people to see within the international community which they think would be most beneficial.
It's exciting stuff. I think, I've seen it in a few other servers where they've got different languages where you want to go and chat in there. But I think, we'd want to be, as always, we'd want to be more thought through on it, more kind of, we'd want that. Police is the wrong word, but if we had a Mandarin channel in our server right now, we don't have anyone that can manage that and see what's going on in there and kind of talk to people and engage with people. So I think kind of being able to grow it properly and have our stuff kind of out there in different ways, I think it'd be really good, but we'd want to do it in the right way. I've had another question come through from jt.pcc.eth. Do we have any more hints or insight on the murder mystery? Felt like it was implying an IRL mystery / scavenger hunt.
It's not. It's just at the comic and the topic of the comic. There isn't an IRL scavenger hunt, mainly because how are you even gonna compete at that? Either it's in your area, close to you, or so it's close to someone else and they win. It's just maybe at something like NFT Land or not sure what VFriends is called.
It's VCon, isn't it?
Oh, VCon.
No, this is why you get the folks to translate. So we do a worldwide scavenger hunt, and then they get Carlini's avatar per if they complete all 8, and they're on 8 continents or something like that. Let's dream big.
Let's go big. I really enjoyed the project a while back, Obits. That I think the first one was minted and then hidden in like a sticker and then the sticker had a QR code on it, and a QR code on it like took you into the wallet that had it in, or something like that. And the sticker was just like on a random street in New York somewhere. I was like, that's cool. But yeah, I don't think anyone in the town where I live knows what NFTs are, or the only other person that does, I live with her. So, and then that would be a little bit kind of weird if she was the only one that won the competition.
We're so early.
But I think, yeah, like something like that, if there was, issue 2, 3, 4, whatever of this comic, and we can tie that in with real life meetups, which we still need to do our first one, which would be very exciting to get that going, hopefully this year, just because of how everything has been. Yeah, that would be really cool. I love the idea of doing things like that. Obviously, our Flex hoodie as well, and the possibilities that we can get into on that is very, very fun. But that is all future stuff. We didn't say we're doing the future. It's in the title. It's in the title of the spaces.
Do we have any updates on the bunny hugs? That's a hoodie.
Get out.
Okay, never mind.
They've been moved over to a different company to print them, and we're having them printed. We're having a check of quality. The quality that were originally printed wasn't that great, so the whole operation has moved over to different printers, and just waiting to see how they look. Hopefully they're great. This is a big order with lots of different other NFT projects, so I'm quite hopeful that we'll be able to open up claiming for hoodies. It'll be after models, for sure, but getting there finally.
Perfect. Yeah, and I think, well, that's the whole point of that. If we got those ones, we got the quality assurance stuff, so that we knew the quality that we were putting out there. The main draw of this hoodie, I believe, is the fact that it's a flex. So it is a premium hoodie. It's costing 10 Hoodie Cat NFTs, which obviously you could exchange for Kitty Vault tokens instead once that is live. So it needs to be that premium product. So yeah, taking slightly longer, but it'll be worth it when we get there. Speaking of airdrops, one last question that I've got is: do you think one of the 4 remaining airdrops might be something we're all going to lose our minds over?
I don't think everyone will lose their mind over anything.
Everyone.
Some airdrops.
I think there's.
Wait, no, I've been taken over by Hype Master. You're gonna. They're all gonna change your life.
Save your marriage.
They will save your marriage.
Well, exactly. One of them is already saving marriages, so
they'll make you better at everything that you want to be good at. They will. Whatever's in your bank account, it will just automatically 10x.
Oh yeah, one of them is just a 10x multiplier, isn't it? That's what we're doing.
Yeah, we're just sending out. It's just literally that has 10x, and you take it to the bank.
Yes, sir. Come this way. You go behind the velvet rope, and there's like just a big old stack of gold. It's like, oh, cool. Just redeemed it.
Talking seriously, I think people will love the companion. It is still in production, but it's looking really good. We like how it looks. We like the redacted.
We do like the redacted.
We took what people liked from Kittens and sort of amplified that here. So yeah, I'm pretty hyped for the companion, and I think other people will lose their minds.
I think that's probably the big one of the remaining 4. But there's a couple of others in there that I'm kind of into. That's my sort of wheelhouse, my sort of passions, which is very interesting. Yes, Alamo, you are doing a good job, but probably or mostly Charlie. He's chatting in the lobby bar. So I'm excited for those. I'm also excited of the next stage once those airdrops are completed, as we've spoken before, with our officially named token called Token. So I think that'll be really cool. Unless there's any other questions coming in, Dangy, did you have anything else that you wanted to cover? Any questions that you've got? Anything that you've been coming up with or seen recently that you're like, hey, there's 60 people listening to this space right now that need to know this?
There is one, and it's really nerdy, and it is related to staking. There's recently been an update to ERC 721 staking, or new contract that's more gas optimized. So I'm wondering if we wanted to go deeper into $ token, and will we need to actually stake the NFT into a contract, or is it just going to be distributed in another method? Because this cheaper gas option is very interesting, because that's a common concern that everyone shares when you're dealing with staking and getting tokens and emissions and anything that's an on-chain transaction that's not dealing with a large sum of money. Gas is a concern. So what do we know the mechanism for distributing token yet? And who do I send that GitHub repo to?
You send that GitHub to Hoddle. He has been looking into token, and we need to talk about what he thinks is possible, because I had a wish list of stuff which even now I'm not sure if it's still best done the same way. But he had hinted that it was hard, but he thought it was possible to do in a certain way that would be. Oh, you're sending it to him already. In a certain way that won't wreck people on gas. And there is also something that we're waiting to look at, something that's coming out soon that I'm told is very interesting, and the term game changer was used. So I didn't want to go full steam into something, putting all that work in, only to find someone had completely innovated in a great way. And if it turns out this game changer we don't actually want, it's not too. We wouldn't. There's not too much that we'd miss out on. So the exact method is not yet known, because there are two things on the horizon that could change.
And it'll be hard to put the cat back in the bag once you start this process, right? Because it's going to be a regular. It'll likely be a regular distribution. Yeah, just let it be. Just let it be. I'll sneak them in every once in a while, Carlini.
So if there is this potential game changer, working and releasing before that just seemed, it seemed silly. Not working before it, of course, but going down, selecting a route and going down it only to find out it is actually a game changer. Maybe it's not. That's the issue with this space. I've been told by 3 people it's big. 3 people I trust that it's big. And no one will tell me what it is.
That's the most bullish part, is that they won't tell you what it is yet. So they're holding that secret close.
Well, I guess we'll see.
I'm a speculator. This is what I do. So if it's, there's some alpha over there, but I won't tell you what it is, then it's better than, here's some alpha that just popped in your lap. Because, if it's easy to get, then it's not really that good of alpha as far as.
It's so good they don't want to tell you, which makes you then think that it's even better. It's like, oh boy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The reason I don't like staking contracts is because then you kind of no longer own the NFT. For instance, if you're going to use a pair as your profile picture on Twitter decide tomorrow that they're going to send out the option for everyone to verify their profile pictures. Great. But you don't own your profile picture anymore. The staking contract does. So you can't verify your profile picture on Twitter, and you'll just be seen as a right-click saver. Also, we're looking currently, whitelists. Just talked about how I hate them, but you can't prove that you own a PER that's in the staking contract, so you'd miss out on benefits that PER holders will get. These looks rare airdrops, gas, all of these airdrops that are coming out at the moment. What if the next meta is airdrops to owners of Bored Apes, but people have been staking their Bored Apes in a contract that technically you no longer own, so now you don't get the airdrop? It's best to avoid if possible. So it's the if possible that we're exploring.
I'm satisfied.
Like oh, well, there we go. Another marriage saved. Carlini, when are you doing a legendary D Rose giveaway to top the Bales giveaway? I believe there was an anniversary party last night. Was it Club Top Shot's anniversary, or was it Top Shot's anniversary?
Isn't the anniversary either of Lucky Trader or when he sent that article out, or it's the anniversary of when he spent 35k on Jarmarant or something like that?
Oh, and I think that got given away as well.
Did that Jarmarant get given away, or was it a different thing that he brought for 35?
It might have been a LeBron James.
Yeah, it was a LeBron. Shout out to Tricky, who won that last night.
Tricky won the.
Do you know Tricky?
That why Tricky was in my DMs trying to get some Series 1 packs, because Tricky's flush with cash now.
I cannot believe that. Part of the joke from Club Top Shot last night was that Tricky was in the DMs of all these people on the show, and now I'm on his spaces about PERS, and now he's in Carlini's DMs.
To be fair, Tricky was in my DMs last year trying to get Season 1 pack, and I'm pretty sure I did potentially sold Season 1 packs to Tricky. So it's not the new money. Season 1.
But yeah, when D Rose giveaway, baby, let's go.
Well, here's the issue. If I play D Rose, that person then has the power to ruin my whole Top Shot collection.
You'll like be on top of that leaderboard.
Like, am I going to buy a D Rose list for 20 grand? Obviously not. Am I going to buy a D Rose list for 15 grand? No way. 10 grand. I've got too many. Nobody else wants them.
Oh man, it's not even when he was on the Knicks now. It was when he was in Detroit, right?
Pretending to be a $1 million giveaway.
Yeah, it could work. It could work. Oh dear. Lovely stuff. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me. I believe. Oh, well, the only other question we had was from Birthday Boy Backyard Decorate 69.pcc.eth. Great name. Which was, do we have thoughts on the latest Book of Boba Fett show, which I have not watched yet? And I don't think, Carlini, that's your bag. Dangy, I don't know about you. Big Boba Fett guy?
No. I'm not that kind of nerd. I'm a different kind of nerd.
More the tech side than the lightsaber side. Unless, tech comes up with a real lightsaber one day. God willing. But yeah. So sorry, my friend. We have no hot takes on the Book of Boba Fett because none of us have watched it. And on that slightly down note, I think we're probably done. Carlini, Dangy, unless you've got anything else left to say.
No more questions? No one in here now have any? Anyone want to pop up, put their hand up?
If you want to pop up, by all means pop up. Send me a request. Anything that we've covered.
Oh, I got something here.
Right, okay.
Bud Light bought a Noun NFT. The corporations are coming.
Oh, Budweiser have also got a subdomain.
Yeah,
because they've got beer.eth. I think they're Budweiser UK. Their Twitter handle is now uk.beer.eth, I believe.
Have you checked it's real? Did they properly register it, or are they larping?
I saw it on Twitter and then got distracted by another tweet, as is how Twitter works.
That's how the internet works.
But I did see it, so it's half true.
Nothing else? I was hoping that would buy some time if somebody had a question, but I don't think they do.
It was good. It was good vamping. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm trying to see how much they bought it for now. We'll see.
It's interesting. I don't know how I feel about all these like big companies getting in. Like, it's kind of like, okay, cool, we are on something. And then it's also like, I'm kind of trying to escape all this. So I don't know.
Well, someone needs to buy our bags, and it's going to be
Why not Budweiser?
Isn't that going to be the folks on Coinbase NFT when they can use their MasterCards? Isn't that what it's going to be?
No, because the folks on Coinbase don't have flush MasterCards.
I know.
That feels really dangerous, though. I don't like that. Like, FOMO with a credit card. It's like, oh boy. But I guess you can just buy ETH with a credit card, so what am I saying? Well, they did register it. uk.beer.eth.
It is properly registered, is it?
Alamo's just sent me an Etherscan.
Okay. If it's been checked by someone else, then I'll take it.
But I can't see the link to beer.eth. Oh, but it must do because it's got the... Cool. Okay. Well, there we go. So now we've got Cyberkongs and Budweiser.
Oh, Hoddle's debunked it.
Oh, no.
What an absolute scam. uk.beer.eth. No address has been set for this name.
Come on, Budweiser. Get it together.
I'll get Brantley on the phone. They're laughing.
Get him on the phone. Get him on the horn. Oh, no. What if, I'm not going to say it in case it happens, but what if Budweiser try and snipe Hoddle? Don't do it. Don't listen. Right. I've had a lovely time. Thank you so much to everyone listening here. Hopefully the Twitter recording works, and I think you can then just listen back to it on our Twitter account. So I'll pin that tweet. I will also upload it to YouTube so they can all live happily ever after on YouTube. If you're listening on YouTube, please drop us a comment below. Tell me what you liked. Tell me what you didn't like. And we'll do this all again next week. Dangy, thank you so much for coming on and putting your marriage at risk. We'll get that model cat in the post ASAP to save it. But yeah, appreciate you coming on, man.
Absolutely. I'm literally looking out the door waiting for my wife to arrive. So we're in great marriage territory. Thank you very much for your consideration.
We're in great shape. I'm concerned. It'll be fine. Carlini, thanks so much for coming on as always. And we will do this all again next week. Thank you very much for listening.